the right place. This is ChatGPT Basics for Realtors and also investors. I just didn't put it there, but it's the workshop where you're going to learn about ChatGPT, how to smart prompt so you get better outputs, and how you can use ChatGPT like your own AI assistant, because that is really what it can do for you. So we're going to jump right in here. All right, so we're going to get started. First, if my thing will catch up, there we go. Introduce yourself. I kind of want to know where everybody's from. Are you an agent or an investor? Where are you tuning in from? Are you already familiar with ChatGPT or other AI tools? Do you use AI tools already in your business? What are you using? If anything, just throw that in the chat. I kind of like to know, like I said, who I'm talking to here. And then just answer a couple questions that always come up in the chat. Yes, there will be a recording available. I'll try and have it ready within like 24 hours, and I'll send an email to the link that you've registered with. You're going to get links to everything I mentioned throughout the presentation at the end, and it'll also be in the email that you get that wraps everything up. So you don't have to like copy and paste them immediately if you don't want to. And then I also don't give out my slide deck. So you are going to get access to all the PDFs that I mentioned. You're going to get access to the GPT that I'm going to go over. And then obviously you'll have access to that recording. So lastly, just keep yourself muted. It's not too bad. We don't have that many people in here, but ask your questions in the chat. I'm going to do my best to answer them. I'm not sure if I'll answer them as I go or if I'll do it at the end. I do have a pretty cool setup here where I can actually see the chat as I'm going here, but it might be hard to kind of manage all that at the same time. But all right, cool. So we have some people here from obviously Pennsylvania. That's where I'm originally from. We have Seattle. Oh, my assistant's in here. I have an AI assistant that records the meetings. I'm sure a lot of you use AI assistants for recording meetings. It's super powerful. All right. So I do have goals for this workshop. I can't tell you how many workshops I've personally been to that advertise for one thing, and then you never learn that thing, or you find out halfway through that you have to upgrade to like VIP or something to get the information that you came for. Absolutely drives me insane. So I created this workshop based on what I wish existed when I started implementing AI into my business. So we're going to go over what ChatGPT can and can't do. So it's really, if you're new to AI, it is really mind-blowing what ChatGPT can do. It's when I first started learning it, I was like, oh my God, this is magic. But it does have its limitations. So we'll go over that. I'm going to go over 11 specific examples of how realtors and investors are actually using ChatGPT in their business on a daily basis. I'll do a live demonstration of ChatGPT. I'll actually open mine and show you how I use it to quickly create on-brand content that's specific to every single platform that I post to. And then lastly, I'm going to go over the secret, which really isn't a secret, to making AI sound like you. So spoiler alert, it's basically just having a brand blueprint and learning the skills to actually train your AI to sound like you. So first, just real quick, who I am and why I'm here teaching this. So I am a realtor. I'm powered by eXp Realty. I've been licensed since 2009 in both New Jersey and Pennsylvania. New Jersey's newer. I just moved to the area, so I'm rebuilding my business, which is fun. I specialize in creative solutions for sellers. So I have a solution program called Leave It, Leverage It, List It. So I offer sellers cash for their house, give them a seller financing offer, an option, or I can list their house the traditional way. So I also focus on being an investor-friendly realtor on the buy side. I don't really work with regular buyers. I'm located in South Jersey. I live 10 minutes from the highly desired Seattle beaches, or Seattle City beaches. I am 20 minutes from Avalon, Stone Harbor, if you know those areas, and Ocean City. So those are my areas. If you have any referrals here or anything like that, I would be open to that. And then I'm also an investor myself. So I run my own rental portfolio. I have hands-on experience with a lot of different things. So I've done Airbnbs, Section 8 rentals. I love midterm rentals. I also have long-term rentals. And my favorite deal source is off market. So we bought all of our properties from sheriff sales and auctions, both online and in-person ones. So that's just my absolute favorite way to get deals. And then lastly, I'm an AI coach. So this is it's relatively new. So I teach real estate agents and investors how to incorporate AI systems into their business so that you can work smarter, market faster, stop wasting time, feeling overwhelmed by all the tools that are out there. So I really try and make AI simple, practical, actually usable without all of that fluff that other people put into their programs and webinars and all that stuff. So this is really extremely important to me. I have spent so much time digging through the endless resources that are available out there. I've tested things, breaking things, tinkered, and then come back and I consolidate it all into hopefully an easy to learn course or guide or video, however I'm teaching the topic. So with that being said, today we're going to start with the topic of ChatGPT basics. All right, so we're going to start with what ChatGPT isn't, because what ChatGPT is like really long. It can do so many things. So first, ChatGPT is not just a glorified search engine or Google with a personality. Google, unless you're using agent mode, Google just retrieves information. ChatGPT can actually create brand new information. It's called generative AI. So it can take a whole bunch of information and then create brand new, never before written content. So that's where it really excels. ChatGPT is not a CRM, so it's not going to manage your contacts for you. ChatGPT is not a project management tool. It is really good at helping you with projects, but it's not an all-in-one tool that can do like a fancy dashboard and have workflows and all that stuff. You need a separate project management tool for that. ChatGPT is not always accurate, which if you've been using ChatGPT, you might have come across this already. This can be fixed for the most part with the right prompting. So for example, if you like Perplexity, because it cites a lot of sources, you can actually instruct ChatGPT to do the same and have it cite all kinds of sources in its output for you. Lastly, I actually just changed this. I used to have that I couldn't automate tasks. Now it does have a pretty basic feature for automating tasks. So now you can tell ChatGPT every Monday at 9 a.m., I want you to do this basic task. So for an example that I use it for, I have ChatGPT every single morning.
Nice. Thank you. You guys can.
Okay. Every morning, I actually have ChatGPT send me new articles specific to my real estate market and then specific to AI updates. So every morning, I get up-to-date news, which is really convenient because then I can turn that into content for the day or the week. And then ChatGPT, it really becomes powerful when you start connecting your other tools to it, which we're not going to get in today, but that's where, I forget who asked it, but someone asked about N8N automations and stuff. So ChatGPT becomes really powerful when you connect it with other things. But today we're just going to go over how it's powerful on its own because it is really powerful by itself. Okay, so now what ChatGPT is. So ChatGPT is an LLM. If you've never heard of this, it's a large language model. So there are a million bajillion large language models to choose from out there, and you've probably heard of a lot of them. Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok, they're all very similar. So if you're overwhelmed by all of that, just choose one and commit, because honestly, the skills that you learn from one are transferable to the other. So just commit to one and learn it. So ChatGPT is trained on a massive amount of information. It's trained on millions of books, billions of articles and websites, decades of research, manuals, guides, educational material. And then it's also trained on actual conversations and examples of patterns of human communication. So that's kind of where it gets its human element from. And then I have here that ChatGPT learns about you fast, and I have that have over time crossed out because it really can learn things very quickly. You can train it on the ins and outs of your business super fast. And then you can actually train it on the exact outputs that you prefer, which I'm going to go over in detail later how to train it so that you can get outputs that you actually want to use within your business. So yeah, easy to train. There you go. And then ChatGPT, you can use it like an assistant. So I really think that you should start out by treating it as an employee now, and you will win with ChatGPT. All right. Next, I'm going to go over 11 simple ways to use ChatGPT. I'm a little bit laughing because I did 11 and then I have another slide that has like 5 more because it can do so much. So I'm going to try and run through it quickly. The first one, it's just really powerful, is document simplification, and it's super easy to use it this way. So I use ChatGPT to simplify documents all the time. So you can input entire ebooks, videos, video and audio transcripts, contracts that you don't understand, and then ChatGPT will output a super powerful like Cliff Note version that's tailored to only the parts that you'd be interested in for your business, and it's in super plain layman's terms in English that's easy to understand. So it's really powerful for document simplification, niche content creation. This is my absolute favorite to use ChatGPT for. So because ChatGPT is a generative AI, it really excels on creating brand new content for you. So you can have it help you create on-brand marketing for your social media, your websites, landing pages, your LinkedIn, Google My Business. It can create blog posts like lead magnets, funnels, landing page outlines, basically anything related to creating content in your business, it can help you with. So then we have newsletters. This is really specific, and I'll explain a little bit more later how I actually use a project within ChatGPT for newsletters. But just for here, I want you to know that ChatGPT can help you create newsletters, like full-blown newsletters, literally in minutes, that are pre-formatted with headings, subheadings, bullet points, paragraphs if you prefer. And you can even feed it like an outline of a previous newsletter that you've created, put it into ChatGPT, and it can generate an almost identical layout, but it'll put in brand new content for you and do it on demand for you each month or each week or however often you're doing newsletters. And then email responses. I'm sure some of you are already using it for email responses, but ChatGPT is really great at creating clear, professional emails for situations where like you're overthinking or you're freezing and don't know what to say. So you can copy and paste an email into ChatGPT and ask it for various options on how you would respond. And if ChatGPT is already trained on your brand, it'll produce almost, I say almost, copy and ready paste outputs that you can just copy and paste into an email. I like to iterate back and forth with ChatGPT and get it like exact, but it's pretty good once it's trained at providing some on-brand responses for you. So number 5, again, I'm sure there's agents are definitely already using ChatGPT for this, for listing descriptions. So it can create polished, compelling listing descriptions, again, written in your voice for your brand. And it actually like optimizes the description to attract the right buyers, and it highlights the true selling features of the exact listing that you're talking about. And it can even bring in like neighborhood analysis too, especially with the Zillow integration, which I'm going to go over in a minute. ChatGPT can help with CMA prep assistance. So it can instantly break down comps, pricing strategy, neighborhood trends, and it does it all again in plain English that sounds like you wrote it in a way that your sellers are actually going to understand. And then it's really good at coming up with like a script that you can use when presenting your CMA to sellers. You can also role play the actual CMA presentation with ChatGPT beforehand. It's really good at coming up with good ways to overcome pricing objections from sellers, especially based on the input that you give it, if you're giving it like market analysis and stuff like that. Okay, so buyer and seller education scripts. So like I mentioned, ChatGPT is awesome at coming up with scripts for various forms of content. So it can create step-by-step explanations for things like inspection appraisals, contingencies, timeline, lending hurdles, closing expectations, just things that you're not really sure how to explain to buyers in an easy to understand way. ChatGPT is really good at simplifying that. And then ChatGPT can help you instantly turn all that into emails and handouts, onboarding packets, drip campaigns, short and long form videos. It can come up with unique marketing tactics to get buyers and sellers to actually download what you create. And then what else was I gonna say? Now I forget. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, so it's really good. It's really creative, which is what I love about ChatGPT. Okay, so then number 8, brainstorm, plan, and prioritize. So you can use ChatGPT like a strategic partner to plan content, outline marketing campaigns, generate real and video ideas, like I already said. It's really good at mapping out like an entire lead nurture sequence from beginning to end. It organizes tasks and priorities. And ChatGPT is pretty much a wizard when it comes to all of this. So you can brainstorm and plan like an entire 30-day content schedule in one sitting. I think that's too much. I like to do 7 days at a time, but if you want, it can give you an entire 30-day layout with everything that you would need in it. I know someone who's letting ChatGPT plan literally every single morsel of food that he puts into his mouth. The ways to use ChatGPT, it's like endless. All right, number 9, business coach or business partner and coach. So I use oh my gosh, ChatGPT a lot for this. Just like prioritizing and planning, it can help you role play tough conversations. It helps you prep for listing appointments. It can refine your systems. It can actually create SOPs for you if you're into that. And if you do plan on hiring like VAs or something down the road, ChatGPT excels at creating some really good SOPs that you can just hand off to a VA. I'm always using ChatGPT like a business partner. So, for example, I have an assistant in ChatGPT set up where I actually send screenshots of my completed KPIs for every week. And my assistant already knows what my goals are, what my marketing pillars are, strengths, weaknesses, the things I procrastinate on, all from an ongoing chat within a project. So each week, ChatGPT reviews my KPIs, tells me where I can improve, what I should focus more energy on, and it knows my business so well that it even makes suggestions based on the tools that I'm using in my business and how I can like connect them and streamline things and all that. So ChatGPT is really good at that. And then analysis. All right, so this is fun. ChatGPT analyzes almost anything you feed it. So it can turn messy info into very clear insights that you can actually use in your business. You can input things like market data or MLS comps, and then it outputs simple talking points for clients, and it can give you like a summary on pricing patterns and all kinds of other valuable insights that you might not have thought of. A really good example I've seen here is an agent can input an entire like market data sheet from their MLS, and then ChatGPT can analyze that data, and then it also searches the web, and it can turn it into a full-blown marketing funnel. So it'll look for things like pricing trends, inventory levels, which types of properties are moving fast or slow, which neighborhoods are heating up or slowing down. Who's buying, like what age groups? Are they first-time home buyers? Are they investors? Are they downsizers? You can have it look for migration patterns, gaps in competitor marketing, unique micro markets. Honestly, like whatever you need it to do, it can gather all of this information and put it into something that is like super easy to understand and read and copy and paste and use it somewhere else. So yeah, ChatGPT, it excels in creativity. So when you give it something to analyze too, it can literally come up with things that you've never even thought of, like new angles for ads or lead magnets or content ideas. Um, Yeah, so that's it for analysis, I guess. Microlearning. I love ChatGPT for microlearning. You can quickly learn any topic, regulation, concept, or strategy in the exact format that you learn best. So I personally learned almost everything I know from AI with microlearning through ChatGPT. So it's kind of similar to number one, which was document simplification. So I microlearn a topic by inputting the ebooks that I buy or get for free from like mentors and influencers and stuff like that, and then transcripts of their videos, their courses, webinars, the meetings that I attend. And then I let ChatGPT scrape data too from the web regarding the topic. And then it outputs this beautiful, however you like to learn. It cites sources. It gives you links to like niche videos on YouTube or courses that it found on Google. It cites information from the different PDFs that you've uploaded if it grabs information from there. And then, like I said, it puts it into like a super easy to read format that you can go through step by step and learn at your own pace. All right. So I got through that pretty quick. Those are the like 11 simple ways to use ChatGPT. And you can implement like any of them today on the free plan with ChatGPT. You don't need any upgrade or anything to use ChatGPT in any of those ways. So after I made that list of 11 simple capabilities, I was like, holy crap, there's so much more that ChatGPT can do that I haven't even scratched the surface and I want to share. So hopefully I'm not overwhelming you yet. I haven't even gotten into the demonstration yet, but I'm going to go over, I forget how many, 7 additional ways that you can use ChatGPT. All right. So first, AI search and SEO domination tactics. So ChatGPT really excels in helping businesses with AI search and SEO domination tactics. So this is where you want to show up everywhere online. So it can help you optimize all of your content across all the platforms so that you show up when someone searches who's the best realtor in your town, or if you're an investor and you want to show up for when someone searches we buy houses or something. This will help you show up when people actually search those things. So it's really good at analyzing your competitors, and it analyzes their AI search domination score, which is basically how they're showing up in AI. And then it can identify content gaps that you can take advantage of immediately to gain traction. So you can have ChatGPT start writing content that nobody else is filling in your market. So it's really good with that. Then we have Zillow integration. This is kind of a new feature. I think it's like 2 months old, so I haven't even played around with it much yet. But so far, agents and investors are liking it because it's a really simple, like easy search. You don't have to log into your MLS and check off all kinds of boxes and stuff. You literally can give it a 1 sentence. So like I did the other day, I said, show me every condo under $1 million in Avalon, New Jersey with parking. So literally within a couple seconds, it brought back, I think there was only like 3, but it brought back all 3 of those listings. And it was so much easier than going to my MLS and checking off all the different filters and stuff that I would have needed to search for. So investors, I know someone just said that they used it to, they put in different listings and they said, rank these listings based on the projected rental performance of each listing. And ChatGPT got to work and responded with a good starting point for their deal analysis. So I haven't played with Zillow, like I said, much, but I'm sure it has a lot more capabilities than that. But that's just one integration that ChatGPT has. Another one, Canva. So if you're an EXP agent, you get Canva for free. I've been using Canva since 2015, so I've paid like thousands of dollars to Canva over the years. I love it. But ChatGPT has an integration with Canva. So you can actually start you can start a chat in ChatGPT, and you can actually work on different, if you want to do a carousel on Instagram, or if you just want to do a stagnant picture, you can actually have ChatGPT create a draft right in ChatGPT, and then you can open it from ChatGPT and it opens right into your Canva account where you can continue editing and making it more on brand for yourself. Like I said, I haven't played around with it much, but from what I did use it for, it's a pretty cool feature. Okay, projects. Guys, I love projects. If you get involved with ChatGPT, projects will become your new best friend. It is a superpower. It's literally like having mini AI assistants for every part of your business. So I have projects for everything, um, and they all act like assistants. So I have, my newsletter assistant. I told you I would tell you about a little bit about that. So I can go into a project, which is really an assistant, every single month, and I ask ChatGPT to produce my monthly newsletter. So then it creates a pretty thorough draft because it already knows my layout, my preferred audience, the market I'm targeting. And then all I have to do is tweak each section and then copy and paste it into my distribution platform. It is so easy. It used to take me a couple hours to create a newsletter, and now it takes me like 30 minutes. Um, and then my favorite project, which I'm going to show you, I think on this, yeah, live demo time. At the end of when I finish going over this is my custom content creation assistant. She's amazing at creating on-brand content for any platform. And you can do the same thing in your ChatGPT. You can create assistants that do that. And then Canvas mode, again, this is one of my other favorite modes, and I feel like it's a hidden feature and it's not widely talked about, but it is really powerful. So basically, it comes down to being like a powerful instant editor for longer form content. So if you're doing scripts or blog posts or outlines, you can just ask ChatGPT to open it in Canvas, and you'll be taken to a screen that shows you what you're working on. And we'll say you're working on a script, for example. So on the right-hand side of your chat, it'll have your script that you're working on. And then on the left-hand side, it'll have your regular chat with ChatGPT. So you can actually ask ChatGPT to change certain phrasing or replace a certain word, or maybe you want a paragraph turned into bullet points, whatever you want to do. ChatGPT will then edit only that section. So it doesn't like redo the entire thing. It only edits what you want and leaves everything else untouched. So it's like magic. I really think it feels like magic sometimes when I'm working in Canvas mode. What else? Oh, deep research mode. Okay, so this mode, you've kind of always been able to do this, but now there's just like a quick function to it. So in this mode, you're basically telling ChatGPT to gather reputable information, use its web browser feature that it has, compare sources, and then create like a really structured research summary. So ChatGPT will output like a pretty good market report or neighborhood analysis, comparisons. And like I said earlier, it really excels at competitor analysis in this mode, because it'll actually go to like their websites and scan all that good stuff. Okay. Agent mode. Okay, so this is a new feature and it came out in like July, and you only get 40 actions a month right now on the Plus plan, which is what I'm on. So I haven't been able to play around with it as much as I want to. But in agent mode, you can give ChatGPT an actual task, and it will actually think on its own. So it'll break down that task into steps and then use whatever tools it needs to, and it adjusts on its own while doing the task if something doesn't work. So like it doesn't just like break and stop working or give you a half answer. It actually will work with itself and come up with an output that you actually wanted, instead of having like multi-steps and prompting back and forth and all that stuff. So agent mode is powerful, but I would say it's not like 100% there yet. I feel it's you still have to watch it. You can't let it go and do its own thing 100% on its own yet. It still sometimes breaks halfway through, but it is a really cool mode. And if you play with it, you might be able to find some really powerful ways to integrate it into your business. Okay, so and then I have here even more integrations and evolving. That's because there's like if you go into the integrations part of ChatGPT, you'll see all kinds of different things that you can integrate. So I just integrated my Google Calendar, my Gmail, and my Drive, which has been amazing. They also have like Microsoft integrations, Slack, Monday.com. If you use that, I used to use Monday.com. Loved it. I moved to Trello since, but okay. So now we're going to go to the live demo, and I'm glad I put that down here because I would have kept going. Let me just check the chat quick. Nancy, oh yeah, you're at EXP. Yeah, so you get that, you get Canva for free. And the presentation. So Michael, I said at the beginning, I don't give a copy of the actual presentation, but I'm gonna send an email out that has all the links and a link to the workshop to watch it again. Link to a replay is what I should say. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing here because I can't figure out how to get ChatGPT on the screen. And I'll re-share my screen. So here I'm going to show you. Let's make sure you can see it. Okay. Yes, you can see it. All right, so this is ChatGPT. If you're unfamiliar with it, this is what the dashboard looks like. This is where you just literally start chatting with ChatGPT as if you're Googling something, if that's how you want to start using it. The plus button, this is where you access all the different integrations that I was talking about. It's where you can add photos or files if you're looking to do document simplification or any of the other things that I mentioned that you can do, upload audio files and transcripts and all that fun stuff. You would just click add photos and files here and go through your documents or your drive or wherever you have it and upload it and ask ChatGPT to do whatever you want it to do with that information. Here you have this dictate feature. Absolutely love this feature. I heard someone say the other day that keyboards are going to be obsolete soon. You can literally just chat with ChatGPT and tell it, your input instead of having to type it, which is really cool. And then voice mode here. This is where ChatGPT will actually talk back to you in voice. So like you talk to it with your voice, it responds in voice, not just in chat. But we're not going to go over all of that today. And then over here, you have your sidebar. So like up here, new chat, that's where you're gonna, if you're new to ChatGPT, that's where you're probably always gonna start. And then if you scroll down, all of your chats with ChatGPT are down here. So you can, so you can always go back and find previous chats. You can also click the search function, which I use this all the time. If something's not in a project, I just have so much trouble finding it. So you can actually search through your chats for keywords, or if you know you uploaded a file, you can search for it that way. And then we're not going to get into this, but GPTs are here. So this is the GPT store. You can press explore, and there are tons of different GPTs that other creators have built that you can use. Canva. This is how you actually don't need this Canva GPT anymore because it's just an integration now. But there's lots of cool things. You can search through productivity GPTs and try out different types of things that other people have made. So you can see here, I use a lot of custom GPTs. All right, so here are projects. I think you can use projects on the free plan now, if I'm not mistaken, which is super powerful. I think you just have a limit on how often or how many chats you can have with it. So I have different projects for everything. So for my like-minded agents community, I actually have a support project. So within this project, I have my Go High Level support. So this within this project, this chat is an assistant specifically for my CRM, and it knows, what I struggle with within the CRM, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I need help with. I can ask it, why is this email not sending, or how do I set up this workflow? And it just like walks me through it. It's incredible. But we're here to show you. So this is Maven. She does all of She does so much for me. So my main thing that I use her for is content creation. So I clicked on a project and I clicked on a chat within that project. So this chat is called content creation. So when I started this chat, I uploaded the files that I wanted her to know about my business. So I've uploaded a brand blueprint, which I am going to go over in detail and give you access to today, that you can create your own brand blueprint within like 15 minutes that you can copy and paste right back into ChatGPT so that it like instantly learns your brand. Like I would have paid so much money for that if I had that in the beginning, but I'm going to give it to you today. So if I mention brand blueprint, you will have access to it. So she's trained on my brand blueprint. So she knows my marketing pillars, my audience, my 3 solution system that I have, all of that. And then she's also trained, I have a document. It's called a knowledge file. So she also has a knowledge file uploaded to her that has all of the platforms that I post to listed out, whether or not I like to use hashtags on that platform, how I like to speak to that platform. So for Nextdoor, I post a lot on my Nextdoor neighborhood group. And I've noticed over the years that Nextdoor hates spamming, or not spamming, sales. Anything that has to do that seems salesy, nobody replies to. So Nextdoor is super tailored. It doesn't have anything that has branding on it. It's like, hey neighbors, how are you? And then it knows that on TikTok, I like to be short and punchy. And same with Instagram. So like it knows how to tailor every single piece of content to every single platform.
Stuff. So I can literally come to Maven and say, let's create content today. So if you were to put that just in ChatGPT with no context or anything, it is literally going to give you absolutely terrible results or not even know what you're talking about. So because Maven is already loaded with my brand blueprint and everything that she already knows about my business and how I like my content to appear and stuff, she gives me 10 content options that are really specific to me and my business and my niche. So I literally just have to choose one of these topics and then tell her what I want it to be turned into. So it can be turned into a blog post or an Instagram post or Facebook or something for Google My Business, all kinds of things. So we're going to go with, how about stop thinking you only have one way to sell? Okay, so I'm going to highlight that and I can either copy and paste it back down here into the chat and tell her that I want to go with that one. But I really like this feature that ChatGPT has where you can highlight what you want and then you can click here, ask ChatGPT, and then it literally will just respond to that section. So it knows what you're referring to already. So I'm going to tell her, let's start with this one and let's start with a blog post. I personally like starting with long form content first and then transferring that, or not transferring, generating that into smaller content pieces for social media. So here we go. She came up with a really detailed blog post that's like 5 or 6 paragraphs long. This is exactly why I use Leave It, Leverage It, List It system. See, I didn't even have to explain that to her. She already knows that I have that program available to sellers. So she is using that in this blog post. All right. So I like everything about this blog post, let's say. So I would literally just copy and paste this entire blog post and I would be able to just use it directly into my platform for my website, which is Go High Level. I absolutely love Go High Level. I use it for so many things. So that's what I would do with that piece of content. So now I'm going to tell her that I really like this content and I want to repurpose it into other channels. So you can either type down here or you can dictate to her. So I'll just show you how dictate works. So you click the little microphone. I like the blog post. Now let's convert it into an Instagram post, a Facebook post, and a Nextdoor post. Then just hit the check button, and she's going to translate everything you said, and then you're going to press the arrow and send that over. Okay, so now she automatically comes up with my Instagram post, and you can see it's a little bit different. It's a little bit shorter. It has some bullet points instead of paragraphs. My Facebook post, basically the same thing, just worded a little bit different. And then next door. Oops. Okay, so literally she just completely transformed one long blog post into 3 shorter form content pieces for me. Now, let's say that this Instagram post still looks kind of long to me. So I'm going to tell her to make the Instagram post shorter and punchier. And then literally she's just going to take what she had written for me before and reformat it. And take out some of the fluff and make it shorter and punchier for me. So there you go. Now my Instagram post is shorter and punchier. And I literally just copy and paste this over into my platform for scheduling social media, or go right to Instagram and schedule it with a reel or a picture or a carousel or something. So that is pretty much how I use my content creation. And you can see, I mean, it is so fast. I don't have to think about much, and she literally does 90% of the work for me.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good explanation. What do you think? All right, so ChatGPT, very cool. In order for it to get this content for you, like I said, if you go to ChatGPT without it being trained, it's not gonna give you anything very specific, or it's gonna give you like that generic, just sold content and stuff like that. So definitely want to train it, which I'm gonna go over quickly next, and then give you access to the GPT that you can copy and paste your own brand blueprint right into an LLM. All right, so let me share my screen. Oh my God. Now that you know what ChatGPT can do, you might be wondering how to get tailored outputs for yourself. So I am going to go over the secret behind using AI, and it's the AI brand blueprint. So you'll hear it called lots of different things. I've just named it the AI Ready Brand Blueprint because I think that just makes a lot of sense. And it's basically the foundation that ChatGPT and other AI models works from. So it's where it like grabs your voice from, what audience to tailor to, the outputs, the niches that you're focused on, your marketing tactics, all that good stuff. So your brand blueprint is going to tell AI who you are. AI needs clarity. It needs clarity on your personality, your strengths, your values, and your style, basically so that it can mirror you and your voice and create content that feels authentic, consistent, and most of all, human, which making it sound human, I think, is one of the like trickier parts, but it's definitely easy to do. And one quick thing here, I would put into your custom instructions to never use M dashes. It is the telltale sign that your content is created by AI. M dashes are just longer dashes, and you'll start to notice them once you start, reading content from other people. You'll start to see who runs it through AI and whatnot. It's like I said, a telltale sign. So just ask it not to use M dashes, rewrite the sentence if necessary, or use, dot, 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 or something like that instead. And then the AI brand blueprint tells AI, again, your market and your niches. So you want AI to know your exact market, your client type, your niche. And then it tailors every single caption, your scripts, your emails, your marketing pieces to the right audiences. So it ensures relevancy and accuracy and a strong presence, and then really helps you, like I was talking about, it really helps you show up in AI and SEO search domination. Okay, so lastly, the brand blueprint shows AI your voice and essence. This is kind of getting repetitive, but this is where it kind of shows your tone, your traits, and your actual communication style. So it guides AI to write in a way that sounds like unmistakably like your actual brand and your content. So this is what makes AI, the content that it outputs, it actually feels like a polished, on brand, ready to publish thing without too much editing or iterating back and forth with AI. So another way to think of the AI brand blueprint is you're going to think of it as like your AI's brain. Okay, so it controls the way your AI thinks, it controls its personality, it affects the outputs it creates, and like so much other stuff that I probably can't even think of right now. And this looks overwhelming, but this is basically everything that you should add to an AI blueprint so that it creates content for you that's on brand. So the easiest way to create a brand for your AI is to create a knowledge file. It's literally, it sounds so much more complicated than it is, but it's literally just a PDF or even just a Word doc or a copy and paste type thing that is about you and your business, but it's like really, really detailed. Okay, so the AI brand blueprint that I'm going to give you access to is going to give you just that. It's going to give you like a output of an entire, it's probably a couple pages long, but it's a copy and paste ready output that you can then, like I said, paste right back into ChatGPT and use it like pretty immediately. It trains your AI pretty quick. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to give you access to this tool. It's a tool I built. It's real estate specific, so it's perfect for all of you guys here today. So Maven, like I said, she's the real estate assistant that I created. And the AI Ready Brand Blueprint is one of her tools. So you're going to start by giving her any information about yourself. You can input content you've written, bios that you have from platforms, PDFs or guides about you or your business that you've created, or you can just simply start a voice chat with her and describe yourself. Okay. Then she's going to go through and she's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. She'll prompt you through 9 different sections that covers everything that I talked about in that previous slide. And she'll just prompt you for information as you go. And she's going to go really deep into your business. She's going to pull out your niche, your ideal clients, their pain points, like deep. So plan to do like I would say at least 15 minutes with her. And then she's going to give you, like I said, a copy and paste ready output that you can use. Okay, so once you have that brand blueprint, your AI is almost trained. I say almost, it's like halfway trained. So after you input your brand blueprint into AI, you can start like talking with it and having it do things for you and saying, you know, create this piece of content for me.
The buyer is.
Hold on.
The buyer.
Okay. So it's called prompt engineering. Okay. And it sounds really fancy and stuff, and companies are literally hiring prompt engineers. So it's not just like a copy and paste random prompts that you find from Instagram influencers who are literally just looking for email address. It's like a skill that you really should start learning how to do. So prompt engineering sounds hard, but it's literally just asking in a very specific way for what you want. If your prompt is vague, your output's going to be vague. And the reason that you need prompting is because AI is so powerful and it's trained on so much knowledge, it needs specifics and context and direction. Otherwise, it hallucinates. So if you've been around AI, you've probably heard the word hallucinate. AI is just known for like going off the rails when it doesn't have direction. So it'll just bring you funky outputs if you don't ask for exactly what you want. All right, so even when you use a brand blueprint, like I said, you still do need to prompt AI to get it to do what you actually want it to do. Once you start using ChatGPT for like within projects, you actually won't need smart prompting quite as much because it has so much context. But to start, you are going to use a framework called smart prompting. So you might have heard of this before. You've probably heard it called craft or clear or rise, focus, heart, grow. Everybody has their own thing. It's all the same. You'll eventually find your own style, but this is one that I made that works for me. So it's called SMART prompting. S stands for situation, M is mindset, A is action, R is results, and T is tone. Okay, so for situation, you're basically just setting the scene. You're telling AI who it's for, what it's about, and what the context is. Then you're giving AI a mindset. So you're assigning a role to your AI. You're going to tell it to act as something. So you can say act as a social media strategist or act as a real estate copywriter. Then you're going to give it an action. So you're going to tell AI exactly what you want done, task that you need done. So you can say, I want or write a 3-sentence caption or draft a warm follow-up email or create an entire 30-day content schedule for me, whatever you want. And then the result. This is the goal or the outcome that you want. And this is super important. What's the purpose and what format do you want? That the format is super important. You gotta tell ChatGPT how you want the output to be. Oh, why is my phone doing that? Okay, then we have tone. So this is how you want it to sound. This really will be brought out through your brand blueprint, but if you do want the output to be something a little bit different or a very specific tone, like myth busting or something like that, you can tell it to have that certain tone. Okay, so that's smart prompting. I do have a guide, which I'm glad I put that down here because, yes, I do have the link to send at the end. And I'll put it in the email too that I'll send. It's just, I think it's like 3 pages. It's just a quick start guide for prompting. Actually, I think this one's like 10 pages. It has a lot of prompt examples in it. So you guys will get that too. All right, so 5 ways to train your AI. I'll run through this pretty quick too, because this will come like second nature to you. So I'm going to go over how to give feedback, correct mistakes, and then train your AI like it's your assistant. So first, feedback is fuel. You're going to see on every output the AI gives you, there's like a little thumbs up and a thumbs down. So if you thumbs up and thumbs down responses, it's going to quickly learn what style you prefer, the formats you like, the tones you like. Basically, when you press that thumbs up, you're reinforcing all of those things, the writing style, your format preferences, whether you like bullet points or paragraphs or step-by-step, how detailed you want it to be, all that stuff. It learns it super fast when you thumbs up. So what exactly are you going to thumbs up? Outputs that feel usable, even if they're not perfect. I'll go over later. It's a good idea to tell AI why it's not perfect. But then you also can thumbs up stuff where the structure is right, even if the words need a little bit of tweaking, and you're going to thumbs up stuff that matches your tone or your brand voice. Okay, so then we have telling AI when it's wrong. So fixes come fast with AI. If it gives you something completely wrong, you're going to tell it that is not right, and here's what's wrong, and here's what I would change. And then there are 3 steps that I recommend for when you're telling AI it's wrong. So you're going to tell AI what exactly is wrong, like I said, and then you are going to tell AI what you actually expected. So if it's not what you expected, tell it. And then what you want it to change for the next output. Okay. So then AI is going to like really quickly change stuff for you and remember what you like and don't like, and then why behind it. It's like literally like training a human. So number 3, you are going to ask ChatGPT to remember things. So ChatGPT has a memory function, and it does develop its own memories, but you can also tell it from time to time to remember specific things. So you can say, remember this as part of my brand blueprint if you want to update it as you go. For me, a specific was, for some reason, ChatGPT kept shortening the word business to biz, which really bothered me. So I asked AI to never shorten the word business to biz. So now it never does. ChatGPT has a memory feature. I already went over that. Okay, so number 4 is just ask for tweaks and not entire rewrites. So the back and forth between you and AI is called iteration. So it's important for getting exactly what you want. So you're going to go each time AI gives you an output, you can go back and forth and tell it, keep the structure, but make the tone more conversational, or rewrite just the intro to this hook and gear it towards home sellers or something like that. So you don't always have to rewrite the entire thing. And that's where Canvas mode comes in handy a lot, which I really should have showed you in my awful demonstration. And number 5, take the time to tell AI why you actually liked something. So you don't always have to tell it why it's wrong. You also can explain why you liked something to help it learn faster. So all this like very specific feedback just helps create repeatable results that you can actually use. So you're going to tell AI, I like this explanation because it's clear for beginners and do more of this. Or I like this because it's concise and easy to skim. Keep doing that. You literally can tell it anything. So training your AI is really simple. It's just 5 simple things that over time it's going to become second nature. You're not going to have to remember, oh, I should thumbs up this, or I should do that. It's going to be like working with another assistant or with an employee in your business. All right, I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, so we're going to wrap up here. And I know that was a lot, but I think I can wrap it up into these 4 little takeaways here. So ChatGPT is not magic, although sometimes it can feel like it. I really do believe that. It's a skill. It's something that you definitely should and can learn over time. The brand blueprint, super important to tailoring outputs to you and your business faster. And then better prompts equals better outputs. So just follow that smart prompting method and you'll get near perfect outputs almost every time. And then feedback trains your AI like way faster, which is what we want when we're basically onboarding a new employee. So, which again, you should definitely be thinking about ChatGPT like an employee or an assistant. So lastly, you are not behind. There are so many ads out there that I see that are like, you're being left behind if you're not using AI, or AI or agents that are using AI are going to replace you and all this stuff. But the truth is a lot of agents are still not using AI, like at all. I am surrounded by them all the time. So don't let those ads fool you. Just get started with AI. It's really not that scary. The advantage is definitely going to go to users. You don't have to be an expert. So if you are overwhelmed, I have a quick start guide that I'm going to give to you. Yeah. That's actually 3 pages, I think. And it's really, if you're brand new to ChatGPT and want to get started, it kind of just goes over everything we talked about already. So you'll go to, if you are completely brand new to ChatGPT, just head over there, create a free account. It literally takes a couple minutes. And then just start your first chat by introducing yourself and just say something like, I'm a realtor or investor in your location, specializing, and then in your niche, and say, I need help with, and then give it something that you need help with. And if you like the response that it gives you, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And then just keep treating it like a smart assistant. And you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. So I'll give a guide for that. Is anyone interested? I also have a document that goes over, I think it's like 7 pages, and it literally goes over every single setup feature in the personalization settings within ChatGPT. If anyone's interested in that, let me know. Actually, I don't even have the chat up anymore. I can put that into. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Rob. I'll put that in the chat too. And I'll put it in the email that you guys will get. So I really thought I had 90 minutes scheduled for today, guys. So real quick, thank you. So if you want, you can follow me on social media. I'm at Real Estate Kier, which is where you can see me basically rebuilding my entire real estate portfolio and my real estate sales business in public. I'm just hanging out there. And then I also started channels for like-minded agents. I haven't posted anything on there yet. It's more for 2026, but if you want to get a jump start on following the like-minded agents community there, I plan to do a lot in 2026. So the question I get quite a bit is, how can people work with me? So I do have a side hustle. It's a social media marketing business that I started in 2020 or 2016, actually, like way before AI. I was literally writing my own blog posts for businesses and hand creating everything. It's incredible now what AI can do. But I'm not offering that right now. So there are 3 ways that you can work with me right now. So you can either sponsor with me or co-sponsor with me at EXP. So if you are not an agent yet and you want to become an agent and come to EXP, or if you want to move to EXP, you can work with me that way and get access to everything that I'm building free forever. Then we also have co-sponsor. So if you're already at EXP and you want access to everything that I'm building, the community, courses, webinars, guides, all that stuff that I'm creating behind the scenes, you can co-sponsor someone with me, and you and your downline will get access to everything. And then lastly, what I'm really excited about, guys, is, do I have it on here? Yeah, I did put it on here. I am actually, things are frozen here. The excitement here, it's just building. All right, so the third thing that I have is Cohort 0. So I am literally starting, I have one more slide that just goes over this really fast. I am starting a membership, and Cohort 0 is going to be the first of the membership community that I'm starting. So if you join Cohort 0, again, you get access to everything that I'm creating. So custom GPTs, how to build your own custom GPTs, my courses that I have in the works. One is actually almost finished. I'm hoping to release it the first week of January. So real quick, Cohort 0, it's going to begin January 6th, 2026. And you're going to be shocked about the price. It's completely free. Guys, it's because it's my beta group. I haven't done workshops and run a community since 2019. So I feel brand new to it again. So anybody that joins Cohort 0, it's going to be completely free forever. I will never offer this again. I am not working for free forever. And I am going to put out some really good content. So if you want to apply, you can use that little, what's that called? QR code there. And you do have to apply. I'm not accepting everybody because I do want people who are able to commit to the weekly mastermind on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. It's 8 weeks. All you have to do is commit 8 weeks. So Tuesdays at 2. And what else? Committing to tracking your KPIs. So if you don't know what KPIs are, that's perfectly fine. We'll cover it in Cohort 0. But basically, we are going to track the tasks that actually move the needle forward in your business. Okay. And then you're going to have to commit to using AI in business. I mean, that's what the whole purpose of it is for, is learning AI and how to use it in our business. So you have to be willing to commit to using AI in your business, which can take time. And there is a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not going to lie. People tell you you don't have to be techie, which you don't, but you have to be willing to learn. And you don't need to have systems already in place to start. Somebody said the other day that in order to start using AI, you actually have to have systems first, but I don't think so. So real quick, what you're going to get, there we go. You are going to get coaching on AI and systems for your specific business. You can read so much more about this on the landing page. This is just like a really brief overview. And then you're going to get access to any of the custom GPTs that I make, all the prompts. Guys, I have so many good prompts that I would love to share with the community. I have videos, tutorials, guides, all kinds of good stuff coming. So basically you get access to whatever I'm creating. I literally documented my AI learning journey from the beginning. So I have so much information to share. So if you want to join, I'm not accepting everybody, but you can join. There's a little application. You might want to spend like 10 minutes on it and let me know more about your business and stuff, because I truly want to help the people that decide to join. So that is all I have for you today. I'm going to put some stuff in the chat now. And again, all of this is going to be in an email that I send once I get my stuff together. In an email that I send with the link to rewatch the video, and then it's going to have all of the freebies. It's going to have access to that brand blueprint tool that I told you about. And there's actually a video on the landing page that you can watch that demonstrates a little bit better on how to use it than I can explain it here. So that first one that I just put in the chat, that's for smart prompting. Okay, that's going to give you the examples of how to smart prompt. It's going to give you examples that other realtors and investors are using and example outputs that you get from it. Okay. And then this one, guys, this one is if you're brand new to ChatGPT. It literally tells you how to start from the very beginning. And then Rob, I know you said you were interested in this one. So this one's a 7-page document, which breaks down all the settings in ChatGPT and what they do. I actually have a 13-page PDF on it that I broke down into 7. It was the best I could do to shorten it. Okay, this one, guys, this is what I would have paid $1,000 when I started in the AI world with my business. I would have paid $1,000 for someone to do this for me. So here is the link to Maven and her AI ready brand blueprint tool. Okay, and then I still have one more thing. If you didn't get the QR code for the landing page for applying for my Cohort 0, it's right there. Okay, I think that's everything that I promised. I tried to be really good and like plan ahead and have all the links ready to go. Does anybody have any questions? Have you gone through any of that stuff that I sent yet? I literally have 20 more minutes that I planned on spending here today. Let me go through and see. I don't think there was anything in the chat.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, hello. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. I didn't catch the part when how we can train the AI with you created agent, or what did you create? A Maven? Is that
so I created my own assistant. Here, let me get out of this. You guys are going to get a bonus today. This is actually for my next workshop. Okay. Let me share my screen again. I hate all this. I have 3 screens set up today, guys. Okay. So when you're in, oh, I don't think you can see it yet. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're in ChatGPT, I'm just going to show you from the beginning. You're going to, if you want a content-specific assistant, you're going to start a new project. Okay. Wow, this is slow. You're going to name your project. So I'm going to call it custom social media content. Oops.
Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah.
So you're going to want to name it so you don't. And then you're going to just create a project. You can also click settings and stuff up here and explore all that. But I'm going to show you how you can do it the easy way. Wow, this is really slow. Okay, so this is now you have a project, and you can consider this an assistant. So right here where it says add files, you're going to click on add files, and it's going to bring up where you can insert your brand blueprint, rules about your business, content you've created before, bios you have. You can literally train it on anything. You can put anything in here. And it's going to grab when you then talk to this project, this ChatGPT in this project, when you talk to it through here, it's going to always reference those files that you have in that project.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make, and so basically now that AI, that project, which is also an AI, which is really an AI assistant, is now trained on everything that you inputted into
Mm-hmm.
it. So
For
that's
example,
where, if you do go to my my GPT, my Maven, the AI Ready Brand Blueprint, if you spend time and go through it and go back and forth, she's gonna ask you questions about your business. At the end, there's going to be, it's like 6 pages. You're going to copy and paste it. You can literally just copy and paste it right back into here and tell her to remember it. You don't even have to put it into a Google Doc and save it as a PDF and re-upload it. You can literally just copy and paste the output and put it right in there and say, remember, this is my brand blueprint. It's very easy to work with. And then, like I said, to train it even further, as you talk within this project, you're going to thumbs up stuff. You're going to tell AI what you liked, what you didn't like, why not, what they can do better, what it can do better, all that stuff. So that's how you are going to train specific AI assistants within ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. But where's the section where we tell the AI about us? Maven, right? Or some other section?
So I'll actually show you. So my tool is Maven. Okay. Oh, here she is. I have so many GPTs, it's not even funny. So this is the GPT that you guys have access to, okay? So you are going to start, I have 4 prompts here that you can start with. So if you have nothing, you can completely start from scratch right here. Press start from scratch, and she's going to prompt you on questions about your business. What I suggest doing is down here, just typing anything about you and your business. If you're a realtor, an investor, what market you're in, niches that you work with, any special services that you offer, anything like that. And then she's going to deep dive into specifics within your business. She's going to go over the 9 sections that go over your brand voice, your personality, your essence, tone, all that stuff. So that's where you're going to, chat back and forth. And then the output that she gets, that's the actual like piece of information that you want. The output that you get from her is what you're going to refeed into ChatGPT, into a project, or into a new chat, or into another LLM if you want to start experimenting with Perplexity or Grok or Claude or something like that. So she's really good. I spent a lot of time building this GPT for myself, and I frequently go back and refine my brand blueprint. AI really likes examples. So if you want your brand blueprint to be super in-depth, and like you can make it like 20 pages if you want, with like very specific examples, the more detailed the better.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Got an idea.
The question real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm a realtor in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I do different regions. Would you have a separate project for each region so that you can be very specific about, what the AI output is for social media purposes?
Absolutely. So I have very 2 distinct things. I have my real estate sales, and then I have my investments, and then I also have my AI coaching now. So I have very specific projects because ChatGPT pulls from all kinds of different chats and stuff and all its memory. If you keep it in specific projects, it's only going to reference that specific niche or that specific market. So I would definitely keep everything separate.
Thank you so much. This was fantastic.
Oh, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it.